Did you know that in Wolf of Wall Street, Jonah Hill actually overdosed on the fake cocaine they were using on set? He snorted so much of this stuff that it led to a vitamin B overdose and he had to be hospitalized. In this video, I want to walk you through what exactly happened, talk about his crazy side effects that he got from taking in too much fake coke, and explain why movie directors even use vitamin B powder as prop cocaine. As you will see, there's some very interesting biochemistry behind this that mirrors the effects of actual cocaine.
I did so much fake cocaine in Wolf of Wall Street, I got bronchitis for 3 weeks. I had to be hospitalized.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What is fake cocaine?
It's vitamin powder. And we were just literally doing fake coke for like 7 months every day.
If you've watched some of my other videos, you know that I'm obsessed with vitamin supplements. So I thought this case would be perfect to highlight what happens when you overdose on vitamin B. But before I do that, I need to point out something. In the interview, Jonah Hill says that fake cocaine is made of vitamin D, which is false.
And we were just literally doing fake coke for like 7 months every day. I never had more vitamin D in my entire life.
On movie sets, they actually use Inositol, which is a vitamin B-like substance that looks like the real stuff. So he probably confused vitamin B with vitamin D, or meant to say vitamin B instead. I will now explain what happens when you take in too much inositol and vitamin B, but if you're interested in a crazy case of vitamin D overdose, then I also have a video on that. So what is inositol and what happens when you overdose on it? It used to be called vitamin B8, but then researchers found out that the body can actually make it itself from glucose, so sugars. And per definition, if your body can make a substance itself, it can no longer be called a vitamin. But that doesn't mean it's not important, because it still shares many of the effects of other B vitamins. In your body, it's primarily found in your brain and other important organs such as your kidneys, and there it regulates how cells respond to hormones and neurotransmitters. Healthy levels of inositol basically make sure that your cells don't over or underreact to the signals that they get from hormones and neurotransmitters. Now, in the interview, Jonah said that he did huge amounts of this stuff every day for 7 months. So he definitely passed the threshold for healthy inositol levels. We know that he got bronchitis and had to go to the hospital, but this was probably due to him snorting this stuff up his nose. This was forcing the powder down his airways, which led to irritation and infection. What that means is that the bronchitis probably wasn't the direct result of an inositol overdose, but came from the irritation of his nose, airways, and lungs from too much powder. And he even says this in the interview.
It's vitamin powder, but it doesn't matter because if you ingest any matter, that much matter into your lungs, you will get very sick.
An interesting side note here, this also happened to Al Pacino, who mentioned in a different interview how snorting all the fake cocaine for Scarface messed up his nasal passages for years. But even if you ate this stuff to avoid the tissue irritation, you would still get an effect from the inositol. And that's actually why movies use it as a fake cocaine prop. You see, most B vitamins and vitamin B-like substances give you a slight energy boost that makes it easier to act like you're actually high. They upregulate your metabolism and increase the rate at which your body turns food into energy. Certain B vitamins are also critical cofactors for serotonin production, which can improve your mood. This is also why energy drinks are usually loaded with vitamin B, and why vitamin B6 and B12 are often prescribed for severe fatigue. Jonah actually noticed this effect as well, because at the end of the interview, he says,
I never had more vitamin D in my entire life. I think I could have lifted a car over my head.
One more thing I should say is that normally it's very difficult to overdose on B vitamins, because they're all water soluble, so you just pee out all the excess. If you take them for a very long time in high doses from supplements, for example, you can run into problems though. The safe upper limit for inositol is 12 grams per day, which is quite a lot, and if you go over it, you usually get diarrhea. Now, I'm surprised that Jonah didn't mention this or didn't experience this, but maybe because he was snorting it, he was decreasing the absorption of it. Other B vitamins can also cause side effects in very high doses. For example, niacin, so vitamin B3, causes the niacin flush, where your skin turns red. And vitamin B6 can even accumulate in the tissue because it's stored in the muscle and can lead to nerve damage when you reach very high doses. In fact, the whole reason I got into studying minerals and vitamins was because I took too much vitamin B6 in the form of P5P, which is a very potent form of vitamin B6, that completely knocked me out, and I didn't know what was going on. That's when I decided that I wanted to learn about the nutrient interactions in our body and also wanted to understand the biochemistry behind all of it. If you want to avoid side effects from supplementing vitamin B, make sure you watch my video on how to take it correctly and also get your nutrient levels tested properly. I also have a video on that. I hope you like this one, and I see you in the next one.